Hello, beautiful people, and welcome. This is a tutorial on our new College Planner spreadsheet that we just launched. I'm going to go ahead and walk you through this college planner. I created this with the broke college student in mind. The broke college student I was when I went to college. I had no idea the cost of anything, no idea how those loans would impact me long term. Here's the solution for that. First up, you get the instructions. Read through those. It tells you everything you need to know regarding the sheet. We import numbers from sites, but definitely let you know this is from 2021 to 2024, which is last academic year, and we'll try to update these every year as it comes through. First up is the college application list. Directions up at the top. This is the vital page. You really want to use this college planner as you're planning for your kids' academic future so that you guys are both financially aligned with what that looks like. So the first thing you want to do here is type in their non-weighted GPA and then their ACT or SAT scores if they have those available. Okay, if not, just import it whenever your child takes those. And then you want to go through here, and this will populate every college, university in the United States. Say they're going to Alaska Bible College. That's a school that they're interested in. And they're also interested in, let's say, Coba Academy. And let's do one more. Let's go Southern University High Point. What this spreadsheet will do is pull in the school website, the city it's in, state, what type of school, whether it's private, nonprofit, for-profit. Those are very important things to remember, especially when we're considering loans. The size and setting, that's whether it's a 2-year or 4-year, if it's like a cosmetology school, trade or whatever. All that will populate here if you know that information. You import it there. We have national statistics. If those are available for the school, it'll pull up their average SAT score, average ACT score. Let me see if I can just pull in a regular, like Alabama A&M. Bigger schools, they have that available on their site. We're able to pull it in. But there is their average ACT, average SAT, their acceptance rate, which for Alabama is 68%. The 6-year graduation shows that how many undergraduate students are currently 5,206. And over here, there's space for you to include notes if you have any regarding certain schools. Here, your kid is able to see everything on one page and compare. Does this work for me? Is that something I'm interested in? But you can see everything in one area. Here's the application checklist. It automatically pulls over all the schools that you selected in the application list, the website, and the fee. Your kid can go in and say, okay, for Alabama A&M, have I started my application? Is it in progress? I submitted it. Was I accepted, deferred, denied, or whatever? They can keep track of that all in one place. And then they can go through here and work on the checklist. Did I submit my SAT or ACT? Yes. Did I apply for housing? Yes. Is my FAFSA complete? Yes or no? Type that in. Does it require these things here? They can type all that in. And then also there's a note section. So they're able to do that for all of the schools that they apply for. Up here, it just asks if you completed FAFSA or the DREAM Act. You can go ahead and say yes, and it will go ahead and populate that in for you. Forgot that part. And then any additional costs, it go ahead and tallies up how much the applications are going to cost for all of the schools you have on this sheet. It totals those up, adds them here, and then if you have any additional costs. Demonstrated interest is not a thing that's valid for everyone. You can read through this if that applies to your kid. If they're going to somewhere that's really competitive, this may be important for them, but that's not for everybody. We just included it for the just in cases. Now we have the college cost comparison. Y'all know I am a financial girly. Here's the bulk, the meat, where I spent the most of my time when we created this sheet. Again, it pulls over all of the colleges that you put on your application list. You can put what state you're a resident of here. For me, it would be I'm a resident of Texas. And it'll tell you if you could qualify for any tuition exchange programs. For me, it's pulling up ACM. Okay, and for all the schools, it pulls up the annual tuition for those. If I chose to go to Alaska Bible College, it would only cost me $10,930. If I lived on campus, it would cost me $22,000. And the percent of students that are awarded financial aid there, 89% of the students are receiving financial aid. And then it goes on to tell you the average amount of grants and gifts awarded, $8,700. Average annual cost that students are paying, and are they part of a tuition exchange program? And then also there's a note section. So you can visually see here on your spreadsheet and compare costs. If, that's important to you, which for most of us it is, you can really see, do I like this school enough to pay an extra $10,000, $15,000 just to attend? Is it worth it with the cost of the job that I'm going for? Up next, we have the financial aid comparison. And here you can input what types of financial aid you'll be receiving annually, scholarships awarded, annual bank loans, and then your annual out-of-pocket budget. So let's say I only want to spend $50,000 on school. Let's say, I don't know, let's say I received $10,000 in Pell Grants, and let's say I received a $2,000 scholarship, and we're going to say no loans, okay? So for Alaska Bible College, you have to add in other costs if you're going to join a frat. If you plan to travel a lot, let's say we're just going to go ahead and add in a solid $1,000 there. Let's say the school offered me a $500 scholarship. We're going to put 0 here. I'm not going to plan on doing work study. And let's say we're going to do $5,000 in loans. So with taking, let's not even do the $5,000 in loans. Let's not put anything there. Let's do 0. Okay. So that's going to tell me I have $10,631 that is unaccounted for. So that would tell me I can either take the $11,000 loan if it's offered. I can finance it through my bank. Maybe my parents have saved up for me for college, but that's what it would cost to go there after all of the other expenses. You could do the same for Alabama. You could move those same numbers down all the way across. If it's the same, scholarships and stuff won't be the same across schools, but you can see here the difference between going to Alaska Bible College and Alabama A&M is over $14,000. Then there would come that cost comparison. This is just a really good way for your kid to have a really good idea of the true cost of going to school, the true cost, because loans follow you forever and they don't ever go away. You want to make sure that you're making a good decision on where you go to school. You can get the full experience you're looking for, but you're also not being financially irresponsible. Because if we're getting a education license, a certification to become a teacher, where people are making anywhere from 40 to 60 grand, we don't want to be getting $100,000 in debt. It just doesn't make sense. Next, we have a scholarship list where your kid can track scholarships. Scholarships are so important and people don't fill them out anymore. Make sure you stay on top of your kid to fill out scholarships, but they can write in the name here, when it's due, the amount, a link to it, and then what's required so they can keep up with all the scholarships that they're going to apply for. Up last here, we have a to-do list. There's so many little variables that come into play when sending your kid off to school. There's just a general to-do list to keep up with everything they need to do. Who's associated with it? Is it mom? Is it dad? Is it me? Even if it's just recommendations that you're getting from advisors. If it's buying the stuff for their dorm room, you can keep track of all of that here. And then we also included a glossary of terms. There's so many things on those applications and on those college websites that high school students just don't understand sometimes. So we included a terms list, as well as application detail terms, financial aid comparison terms, college cost comparison terms. All that's here, and then there are links if there's a website that will give you more information on the terms that are here. But overall, this is meant to just be it's a family thing, right? It's a comprehensive conversation to have before we make decisions on college. In today's day and age where finances are thin and college is so overpriced, it's really important to make a good decision when you're choosing where your kid goes to school. You want them to make friends and be outside and have a time, but you also don't want them to take on so much debt that they're drowning in it for the rest of their life. This gives you the tools you need to be able to have a productive conversation around college, an ongoing tool that they can use as they prepare for their collegiate journey so you can support them. You have real numbers to look at as opposed to, well, it should cost around. You can really sit and compare. So important, so important. As always, this will be linked in the description at baddiesandbudgets.com. I hope this helps. As a former college student who drowned in it and it still has $10,000 worth of loans that I thought was going to get forgiven, but apparently it's not, so now I have to pay it for a degree I'm not even using. I would have loved to have a tool like this, especially first-gen kids who no one else in their family has ever been to college. Gift this to someone. Okay, let them use it. Let them explore it and be prepared for college. The best gift you can give is information. Okay? Y'all have a good day. Thank you so much. Again, it's in the description. Make sure you like, share, comment. Y'all, I know I haven't been here in a while. Y'all, I'm working on it. Baddies and Budgets has been busy. But that's it. Y'all have a good day. Until next time. Look at my dog. Blue. Pinky over there asleep. Have a good day. Bye.